What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Beautiful Beer Review channel. It's been a little while since I've done a review, but I'll be honest with you, I've been trying to review this beer for 2 weeks, and various family things have come up with other friends that I was going to share this beer with, and it just didn't work out. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and review this beer. You'll notice no label on this beautiful bottle, but it is another beer from Alga Beer Company out of Pensacola. I've reviewed 2 of their beers, I think, at this point. And really looking forward to this one. What we have here is Hive, H-I-V-E 5. It is a double blonde, clocking in at 7.1% ABV, 21 IBUs, and it is brewed with East Hill honey from Pensacola. And from what I understand from Brett, quite a bit of honey. So I'm kind of hoping that shows up in this. Typically, blonde ales are probably my least favorite, to be honest. They generally are kind of bland, don't have a whole lot of taste, kind of lean towards your macro lagers, I guess you would say, your macro ales. But anyway, let's get this into the glass, get a smell on it. And as always, I'll post the Alga links and stuff and keep an eye out for those guys. They're doing some big things down in Pensacola. Looks like the ball is rolling, and hopefully see their beers coming out soon. Definitely sooner than later, I think. All right, let's see. Yeah, so this already doesn't necessarily look like a typical blonde ale. Get this bottle over here. It's got some good carbonation streaming up from the bottom. As you can see, there's a good bit of light coming through this, but this is nowhere near as light as a normal blonde. This has actually got kind of a golden ale orange hue to it. Really great clarification on it, though. Absolutely incredible that this is coming out of a homebrew setup, as are most of their beers, to be honest. Anyway, let's get a nose on this. Well, we can see you got about a little bit less than a pinky of really tight, thin white head, dissipating pretty quick. For 7.1, not a whole lot of alcohol sticking to the side, but it's got a little bit of lacing going on. But well, let's get a smell on it. Wow. Okay, so like a little bit of booziness to it. Some big malty notes, kind of sweet smelling. A little bit of honey actually coming off on the nose as well, which is I'm looking forward to. Like, even like a mild hint of orange, maybe? Not like a big juicy orange, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going with that, though. A mild hint of orange on the nose of this thing. All right, let's get a taste. Okay, so there's a... Wow, okay, so the back end of this. So there's a big dose of bready maltiness to this beer. Not overly sweet, though, but there is a good dose of like big malt backbone. And then after you swallow the back end of this beer, let me just see. Yeah, so there's still a tint of that orange that is lingering around for me. But the coming on the very back end, like the honey booziness kind of sneaks up on you. It is not hot by any means. Like I'm not feeling any warmth in my chest or my throat or anything like that. But there is like if you can breathe over something, you can feel some alcohol to it. So that's coming through a little bit, but in a really good way. And I was kind of worried that of all this honey that some of these big honey ales, they'll leave that mead kind of feel to them, but this one doesn't have it. I think the maltiness of this beer kind of drives it, and it's much more depth to this beer than a typical blonde ale. I'll say this too, though. I do agree with the name of it being a blonde. Like, it still has enough of that sweet, breadiness, like full body though. The mouthfeel in this thing is way, way thicker than a blonde. It is not thin by any means. I would give this a medium, a full medium mouthfeel on this as well. So as far as rating a beer like this, I really try to stick to the style as opposed to if it's really my favorite style of beer. And I think for blonde ales, this is an easy... I think that bit of citrus, orange, that sticking out with the mouthfeel and the honey makes this an easy 4 out of 5. For blonde ale fans, I think they would probably even push it to maybe a 4.25, to be honest, for the style. But yeah, another solid offering from Brett and the boys at Alga. I dig their stuff, and looking forward to trying more and more of their beers. I heard they've dialed their IPA in. Hopefully get a bottle of it pretty soon. And the more I drink this, I'm going to say that honey becomes more prevalent in the booze, in the back of my throat. There's a tad bit of heat that is enjoyable. Just honey, sticky booziness. I'm a fan. Cheers to you guys. Till next time.